What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Safe Route Podcast. I'm Zeke.
It's your boy Hawk.
And we got a good conversation here for you guys today. Just to start off, we want to let you guys know nothing is perfect. Nothing that we do is going to be perfect, and we don't want to portray that to you guys. So we have like a transparent moment. Like, we're having a little difficulties with a little bit of our setup. So the mic's not working, so we kind of recording old school way. But we still want to bring you a video, and we wanted to be, kind of candid and letting you guys know that and showing you guys that this is a process and it's not going to be perfect. And every episode you record is not going to work the way you want it to. But you got to go out there and, still make things happen. So that's what we're going to do here today. So you want to kind of talk about what we're going to jump into today?
Yeah, let's do it. So I seen this little thing on Instagram about last week. Maybe this week, a couple days ago. And it's talking about like these male celebrities and what they go through. So I told Zeke I was kind of curious to see like his thoughts on being famous, on fame today, and what fame does to you mentally. So we're gonna just jump right into it. So first start off with what fame is, and
right,
how you see it.
I don't know, bro. Fame, I feel like it's a term that we use kind of loosely. I feel like, of course, like generically, like, I don't know, like, what would you say the amount of people knowing you? Mm-hmm. Like, is there like a certain amount that alludes to fame, or is fame just being widely known? Because, I mean, again, like, fame would only be the people that you would perceive as like having that level of fame that you've seen. Because, I mean, it's a bunch of people on TV, it's a bunch of people that do content creation. Like, what do you consider to be famous?
So, like, for me, fame is, like, if I'm, like, in a specific craft,
mm-hmm,
and I have, like, a following for that craft, and people know me for that craft,
okay,
that's what fame is. Like, for instance, I wouldn't
recognition,
know any,
kind of
exactly.
like being recognized for the thing that I'm doing is fame.
Like, I don't know any jazz artist or, like, any orchestra, but I'm pretty sure somebody that does,
listen to orchestra and know that. Okay, so,
it.
Okay, that definitely makes sense. So I would kind of agree. That's what I would assume fame is, like that recognition of knowing somebody in that craft. So with that being said, the people, like men today, when it comes to fame, I feel like it has this, and I don't even want to just talk about men. I feel like in general, fame has this kind of like self-inflating kind of aspect to it, to where like people like feel like they have to be perfect or be this certain type of way, which is exactly what we're talking about right now. It's no one's perfect, and everybody has their kind of like problems and situations. So I feel like that leads to people to feeling like they have to, put in more than what they actually have to give, to like kind of keep up that image. So I feel like that affects a lot of people.
It's funny you saying that, right? I ain't gonna lie to you guys. To me personally, I think celebrities now, they put up stunts to keep themselves relevant. I don't know if you guys remember this. Bro. You remember when Jada Pinkett Smith came out and said that Will Smith doesn't please her well? Remember that? You remember that shit?
Yes, but I remember that.
Right after that, what happened? Next week, dropped the book, and his show came out on Disney Plus.
You're right, but I don't think that was a cause of her saying. I don't think him doing that was a cause of her saying that. I think
it was all planned.
You think it was all planned?
I think she did, bro. You have two kids. Y'all been married for that long. You Jada Pinkett Smith.
But you think
you can't please me? Come on, bro.
Come on, no, bro. I feel like, but then I think that comes with a part of fame, because I feel like when certain people get famous, they feel like they have to have a famous relationship. So then you think they'll kind of let stuff slide, and they'll be like, okay, we're gonna have this, glorious relationship for everybody else, but we really like everybody else, and we got problems. And it's like, I feel like they kind of got into that place where it's like, think about who they were. Like, Will Smith was like the biggest dude at the time. Like, think about, like, I mean, Tupac was big, but he wasn't the big act. Like, for what he was doing, like, Will was like that dude especially when they were together. I'm talking like while they were together. Like, for her, yeah, she loved Tupac, so Will ain't had no chance with that. So I think that kind of influenced it too. Is that, does she even really love Will for real? And I don't think she does, but
See, for me personally, like, I feel like now today when it comes to like power couples, that's a big thing. Like, for instance,
that's
Beyonce.
Fake. That's fake. It's not a real thing. Power couples not a real thing, bro. You can't. And that's one of the things where it comes back to like.
You just said it is basically.
I don't think power couples is real, because like that's what I'm saying. Like, these relationships that famous people create, of course they're gonna make it seem like it's the best thing ever, so that people would. It's really creating and like now that's how you get fans of one person to be fans of another person. That's how you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a money thing. Like, for real, like, Jay-Z and Beyonce together, they worth a bill. Like, you see how I'm saying? Like, they make things like that happen because it's beneficial.
Nah, because think about it, bro. One thing that I would say, right, when it comes to like a relationship, you personally, right, you wouldn't want to mess with no female that doesn't have nothing going for her. You want somebody that's going to influence you and actually make you grow as a person. It's going to challenge you.
You're right.
That's a power couple.
Yeah, but when I think of it in like terms of like how I see like fame and famous couples, like, oh no, bro, some of it seem fixed. Like, they just need to, like, they want to show you perfect. You feel me? I think they want to show.
What you're saying.
They want to show this perfect relationship for everybody. And
I see what you're saying. Like, for instance, Michael B. Jordan and that
Lloyd Harvey. You were just with Future, like, come on, like. I don't see. When it comes to famous people and couples, I feel like they jump on to like whoever's like, I mean, whoever's big, bro, in my opinion, but also like with her case, what's the difference between, like, how do you go from Future to Michael B. Jordan is my thing. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Those two completely different people. Like, so are you even going for someone that's matching what you trying to create? You feel me? Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who, you don't have to be necessarily invested in all the things that I'm doing, but at least when it comes to those things that I really care about, you have to, like, understand, work with those things, be a part of them, help them. I don't see how, I mean, and then I can say, I guess Future wasn't a part of that and Michael B. Jordan could be, but I don't know. I don't see it.
It's that's the thing about fame, bro. It's weird.
It's
and
weird.
Now with 22 coming around and 21st century fame is a whole different kind of fame.
You can be famous for making a good TikTok, bro.
Like, for 30 seconds you can be famous. 30 seconds
you can be famous.
What's that boy name? T.O. Lil Fat Boy, bro.
You talking about Terrio?
Terrio.
But yeah, we made him like,
you feel me? Like, famous is a whole different meaning now.
It has a whole different meaning. I think it just, like we said, like, I think it's almost like we give them that power though, to you know, we keep people famous. We make people famous, but we also keep them famous too. You know what I mean? So yeah. Even if we don't like what they're doing or something like that, we keep them famous for sure. But I feel like fame is diluted now, definitely. Just because you said so many people you can be famous for almost anything. But fame, like actually, that's why I want to say, like, so when you said famous for, like, recognition of a craft, do you consider those people that kind of, like, just get Instagram famous off of something like that or something, like, social media-wise, is that actual fame?
Yo, I gotta ask you a question then first. Before I answer that question, are you saying that they created that thing, or was it by accident? Like, for instance, accident when I'm saying, like,
yes.
Damn Daniel.
You know what I'm saying? Like, taking a situation and of something, recording it, and them getting big for that. Is that fame? Will you consider that fame? If it was accidental,
I think it's a form of fame. It is accidental fame. It's 15 minutes of fame.
It's 15 minutes of fame, which is real.
This is definitely fucking real.
Well, then I feel like more people have that than actual fame. And that's what I'm saying. I think real fame, that's difficult to obtain, bro. I feel like actual fame, it is recognition for your craft, but I think it's recognition depending on where you are. I feel like you're famous if you can leave the place, mostly probably, I say country. If you leave the country you're in, you go somewhere else, and a large majority of people know you. I think that's fame. Because to be honest, like, you being known in the United States, I mean, yes, that's fame, but I feel like that's...
But then, like,
a lot of people would just consider so many people famous.
So, but like, what if I'm here, right? What if I go to Charlotte? I'm like, yo, I'm about to be at Charlotte, North Lake Mall at 6 p.m. Y'all pull up, and then 100 people pull up. Am I famous?
No,
I'm not.
I don't think that's fame, bro. I feel like that there's a lot of factors that go into that. I feel like it comes to your following in Charlotte. It comes down to that, like, because I mean, it could be how many people do you have that actually fuck with you in Charlotte, like actually mess with you on that level? Because, like, who does it say? Like, I'm sure if we wanted to, we could get 100 people to show up anywhere. If we really wanted to, we can get 100 people to show up for something. Not for nothing crazy, but like, we can get 100 people to show up. I don't think that's fame. I think that's like
popularity at that point.
I think
so. It's level. It's
I feel
popularity
like it's levels.
Fame.
Yeah. I feel like people are popular A lot of people are popular, and they treat that as if they have fame. And that's where I said the self-inflated ego kind of comes from. Is like people like, yeah, like I'm the man. Like I went X, Y, and Z in a specific area, and people knew me. I don't think that means you're famous.
Yeah, it means you're popular.
It means you're popular, which is cool. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with being popular. I mean, be popular. I wasn't, but be popular, bro. You know?
Me either. I feel like now, right, like you said, people are trying to come from that popular status to come to that famous status by any means necessary.
And they'll do anything.
They'll do anything, and that's the thing that I want to like.
You think that's
oh
the
yes, bro. That is definitely the problem, because I feel like people are now putting aside their pride. They're not having pride is having pride and having pride.
Don't be prideful. Having pride is
bingo.
Good, but yeah, don't be prideful.
Having morals. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta have morals.
You gotta have morals
to do anything. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the biggest besides that, like fame, I don't think it has as many positive effects as people think.
Yes.
I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
I mean, the aspect of having people watch like every aspect of your life to try and find faults, and that's where it comes from. I'm saying people try and portray this life that everything's good, so people won't take the negative things they have and run with them. Because like imagine like you're famous and like Drake, when that stuff happened with his kid and people like find out stuff about that, they'll run with it. Now like, you know what I'm saying? Like people will take those things and like attack you with it, especially people that you don't even really know, because when you get to that point of fame, it's like whatever, some random page, you know what I'm saying, will come at you with like some hurtful stuff. So I feel like people try and live a perfect life when they get famous.
Which is impossible.
It's impossible, which leads to like those kind of mental things that affect people. But honestly, some people don't care at all. I can say that for sure. I'm sure there's some people out there that have fame and are like, I could care less what somebody else to say. But I think it affects.
People say like,
it has a very strong mental effect.
People say like, oh, I don't care what people think about me. That's a cap.
Impossible.
Bro. It's impossible.
Honestly, I think you wouldn't be human if you didn't care what
Bingo.
people said about you.
Bingo.
I feel like it's how you deal with and move with those things that people care about or people talk about you. Is really what matters. That determines your character, how strong-willed you are.
Exactly.
Because like, bro, like who's not gonna say something about you? Who's not gonna, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to be able to. You're gonna care about what people.
You're gonna
say.
care. If you honestly,
some
of y'all that say that, oh, I don't care what people think about me. If you didn't, you would have Instagram or you would have like social media, because that's what you thrive on.
Exactly.
People's opinion about you, good or bad.
Opinion, social interaction, like that's what we use, bro. We're not. Come on, we have sentience. So in having that, there's pros and cons, and one of those cons is that we're gonna care about what people say about us, because
we're very emotional.
And again, like we always talk about, like we're the sum of our experiences. Like we're the only ones who live as us. So why would information that pertains to you and yourself and your character, would you not feel some type of way when it's being not even threatened but being talked about in general? Like you're gonna feel something. So that's definitely true. Yeah. So, with what we're talking about with fame, where do you see it going in the future? Do you think now, like, at some point, everybody's gonna be famous at some point? Everybody's gonna have that? Because I mean, we all have the tools to, like, if it just comes from being able to post that right video or, you know, blow up on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, like anybody can be famous. Do you think it's gonna keep getting watered down, and it's like, are we gonna still call people famous?
Ooh, like become saturated?
You know, it becomes like I feel like that market's gonna become saturated for like considering someone famous.
Yeah, I agree.
You think so?
I think it is, bro. Only reason why I say that is because always is a new trend every day.
It's exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, well then I guess that just comes with the 15 minutes of fame thing, and it's like, fame comes and goes.
Fame comes and goes.
So it's not really a thing. It's more of a state that you kind of flow in and out of, I guess. Because again, like, what do we consider? Well, I don't know, bro. Because that's why I say it's levels. It's levels, because to say like how we talking about if Will Smith was to stop everything he's doing right now, people would still know who he was. People would still go back to the stuff he made.
Legacy.
It's a legacy. So you think you have to build that legacy to hold on to your fame.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I feel like now, coming up now, you have to have Yeah, you gotta have a craft to become famous. Like for me personally, if I was to just, okay, look guys, I'm gonna run across the street in a highway and make it across the street, right? It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
That shit might go viral for like a week. But after that week, I'm not famous.
Because I don't think, and that's why like I'm liking doing this podcast, and that's why I'm liking this space, because you trying to get famous off of an act like that is like it's gonna dwindle. It's gonna go away. People don't hold on to things like that. You have to come with something that's meaningful. That's why I say actors, because you're portraying something. You're trying to bring a level of emotion and something out of people, and you're actually like conveying like, something that we go through every day. I feel like obviously they'll continue to be famous, and those kind of people will be famous. But yeah, you gotta have a craft that you're willing to invest in 100%.
Exactly.
To actually have that fame, because I don't know, I don't like loosely throwing that word around. I like how you said popular. I feel like people are more popular than famous.
Yeah, because for instance, like Boot Gang, like he's going through some stuff, bro.
He is.
People understand. People want to people like mourn for this fame, and like they fight for this fame status.
I don't want it.
But it comes with cost.
So I guess that's my next question. If just hypothetical, say like this podcast just happens to blow up, would you be okay with being famous? Is that something you're okay with?
The only reason why I would love to be famous because of the podcast is because we're famous speaking our minds.
Right.
So at that point, then we'll be famous for coming on the shows, people asking us our opinion on certain things. But like if this podcast were more of, a silly,
jokey kind of like
jokey
pop
thing,
culture kind of pop, yeah. But even then, of course, because of our content, I feel like if we were to blow, or when we blow up, always speak things into your life. But I feel like I don't know if I would want the fame, like the beyond the podcast, like people knowing us for this is good, like because we're bringing good information. But like actually being famous and like on a day to day, like I don't know, bro. I'm not somebody who likes people looking into my life that much. Even though I know people probably do on a small scale. Everybody, like you said, like you were just saying, which is crazy. What'd you say?
Oh no, I was saying like, believe it or not, everybody has a picture of you in their phone, even if you don't know them.
That's crazy, but it's probably true. Like, as much as people be like, nah, there's no. You have pictures of somebody that you probably don't talk to at all in your phone.
I've seen them. I'm like, who's this?
Like, who's this? Like, but you don't even think about it, or other people don't think about it. Like, that's crazy. So, it happens on a small scale, but I don't think I want that for my life.
I forgot his name, but he's a famous gambler. So he said he was on his podcast one time. He was talking about like people that are actually like rich try to hang out with people that are famous, and they start to like actually like thirst for that fame because it shows that it comes with power. So I feel like if you were to become like wealthy with this podcast, or even just wealthy in general, I feel like after a while you're gonna want something more. You have all the money, missing that one thing, and that's fame, because fame has power to it, bro.
I was about to say, what do you think has more power than the fame or the money?
Fame, because fame can get you money.
Fame can get you money,
but wealth can't get you fame.
Wealth can't get you fame. That's very true. People have to, and that comes like back to what we were saying. Like, people have to want to make you famous. We make people famous. That's what we do. Like,
is it by choice, though, Zeke?
Do we make people famous by choice?
No.
Or is what by choice?
So when you say like we make people famous, what do you mean by that?
Like, we make people, like literally, like people make other people famous.
Oh,
you feel me? Like we control that. Like, we control making other people famous.
Word of mouth.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't know. Like, my thought process has always been, I'd rather be rich than famous. Like,
right.
It's always been my. I mean, people say it and they really don't mean that. But like from my perspective, like just the kind of personality I have, like fame would like derail me, in my opinion. I feel like it would just take me out of what kind of zone I'm in. Like, anybody watching me that like any large group of people watching that intensely on my life and put like, I was like, as soon as I log in on Instagram and like my first swipe, I'll see like irrelevant news about somebody. Like, it'll be the smallest thing ever. Like, why would I want to know that about? Why would I want people talking about that about my life? Yeah. And like, why would I want people to know things like that?
Yeah, people forgetting that these people that are famous, they're still human,
people,
bro. They're still people, bro. They still have feelings. Like, why? TMZ, like, what?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like having to live that kind of, like, paparazzi is probably the biggest reason I would not ever want to be famous. Like, I have an actual problem with that. Like, I feel like that entire industry is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
But granted, I also feel like I feel like people live off of knowing information about others. People literally live off of that. There's some people who,
You know what?
like, there are people, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, bro. I think reality TV is the worst thing ever.
Z,
I think it's the worst thing in the existence of human beings is reality TV.
let me tell you what happened, bro.
I swear.
Thank you very much, because now I mess with you even more. I went to my friend's house the other day, right? We're sitting down watching this reality TV show. Now, obviously, it wasn't good because they didn't make it far. Bro, you not tell you, I felt like I was losing brain cells when I was sitting there watching TV. I had to freaking leave. Reality TV is the dumbest thing ever, bro.
It's so bad.
And it's not even real.
Yo, it's not even. That's the worst part, is that people watch it. Think, like, my whole thing is, how could that possibly be, like, just true interactions with people on a day-to-day basis? You think there's that much drama in a person, like...
In a person... Ain't no way.
There's no way 5 people together that are supposed to be friends have that level of drama every single day.
No. And now one time he's sitting down watching TV the whole day, and one time he's sitting down...
They don't live regular life. Like, there's no way.
No way, bro.
And even if you're just recording the craziest, juiciest parts of somebody's life, why would you want to sit and watch that? No. Why would you sit and watch... Like, I'm not going to say, like, there aren't some interesting aspects of, like, reality TV. I'm not going to say that. But I wouldn't sit... Like, I can't every week sit down and watch somebody else's life.
Now, reality TV, like, maybe, like, Pawn Stars, maybe American Pickers.
I don't consider... Those are reality TV. Those are reality TV. Mm-hmm. But I consider them, to me, more informational. Because I'm getting something out of it. Usually when I watch Pawn Stars, it's like, dude, I just found out about this very expensive, like, item. Because I'm not going to lie, like when I watch Gary Vee, like, I'm super into, like, garage sales or, like, finding things, reselling them. I'm actually into that field of doing things. So that's cool. American Pickers, like, stuff like that. Something with, like, at least, like, when they do it, it has some kind of historical background in it. They'll kind of, like, tell you about stuff. That's cool. When I get to, like, Real Housewives and you see stuff like that, you're like, nah, bro.
Jersey Shore,
like... I feel like it like you said, bro, you lose brain cells. You lose brains. You're not
getting anything
I'm not,
from
and
it.
that is taking nothing away from people. If that is your enjoyment, if you watching reality TV brings you enjoyment, continue to do it. I just say limit the amount of that kind of information that you take in, because you are what you continuously watch and listen to.
Diet isn't only food. I remember that.
Wow, that's big. Diet is not only food, bro.
I can't take it for myself. Seeing it on Instagram the other day.
That's fine. But it's literally what you allow yourself to be, around and see. So, yeah, bro, like, come on the day to day, you should not be one to invest that much time into somebody else's life.